And so, my dear ones, I say it again, it is quite the joy to be with you here on this beautiful day in Redondo Beach, Center for Spiritual Living, committed and dedicated to the principles of science of mind and spirit. Now, today we begin a whole new month. Can you believe it's August already? Wow, quite amazing. And for this month, our community, our Centers for Spiritual Living community are focused on the topic, the theme of inclusion and action, inclusive action. And the topic for today is Together as One, and the subtopic is Let's Get Together and Be All Right. That was the Centers for Spiritual Living's topic for today. Let's get together and be all and feel all right. And as you know, that's a beloved prayer song of Bob Marley. And it's a beautiful one, and it begins with, one love, one heart. Let's get together and be all right. Thank and praise the Lord, and I will feel all right. What a lovely prayer. Revive that in your memory and look to it again and really use it as a prayer meditation because it's so beautiful. So thinking we've gone over we are one, I can't tell you how many times, and yet we're endeavoring to realize what we say. And the principles of science of mind and spirit, you might ask, well, what is science of mind and spirit? Well, really, what science of mind and spirit truly is a deep, deep contemplation of the mind and how it works, and of the deep contemplation of the practice of the heart and how the heart works. And the two of them are just the one thing and different aspects of the one thing. And that is the infinite intelligence, the creator of the universe's beingness, that which we cannot call by any name, but by so many of us, it's called God. And yet, it's more than that, because that which is infinite cannot be defined by a finite mind, no matter how hard we try. However, having said that, its language is love, and all of us can speak the language of love, because it is more a conviction, it is more a sensation, it is more a feeling, and you and I can experience it. So you and I can experience the wonderful, amazing presence of the infinite in all of life, as all of the creative, the poetic, and the muses and mystics did. It's for you and for me to have the same experience. So, science of mind and spirit is really and truly you and I contemplating life at its highest point of view, as Emerson would say. It's you and me becoming that which we are in truth. It is the pursuit of that. It is the journey into awakening into that understanding that I am more than ever I could imagine or think I am. Because with the peeling away of every layer, there's always another layer to peel away until we get to the core. So, you could say it's our sadhana, which is the Sanskrit word for the way of God, to be embroiled and embark upon this return back to the understanding, realization of the true essence of our being. That's what it is. And it is inclusive of all of life. It includes all peoples and all of creation in its understanding of the presence and the power of spirit in form. So it certainly is a beautiful teaching and spiritual philosophy of inclusion. And we embrace that. We embrace that. Our community comes together to know, to love, to understand this thing called unity, harmony, and oneness, and to serve it in our own community and the wider community, and to help in any way we can to bring this realization about. And it matters not to us in the truth that we know and cannot always live up to. In the truth that we know that the divine encounters us in every person, place, and thing, whether in disguise, deeply in disguise, or easily able to be recognized, and all the various shades in between. That's what we believe. And we believe in respecting all religions that honor the truth, all religions that embrace the life and the way of divine love. We respect each and every one's deep spiritual beliefs that are based on do no harm, and as you would like others to do unto you, do unto them in like manner. And so no one is a stranger in our community. We embrace everybody who has a belief or doesn't have a belief. And so how is it that you and I can bring about the sense of unity, harmony, and the united sense of ourselves as a humanity? How can we do that? Well, the first thing we can do is observe. I mean, Ernest Holmes did say that the God of oneness, the God of unity, is not a God of absorption or a God of annihilation, and that you and I lose nothing of our individual expressions of life in the embrace of the way of divine love. Nothing. We will always know ourselves as individualized expressions of the one life. We always will, so there's nothing to be afraid of. We will not cease to be and not get absorbed into a great big blob of whatever, oblivion, by believing in the unity and the harmony and the oneness of life. That's you, that's me in our divine essence. And that's what we are striving to do, like the prodigal son did when he came to himself. And you and I, we can come to ourself, our great self, our essential self. And until we do, you and I won't have one moment's peace. We won't. Because there'll always be something more. There'll always be a sense I'm missing something. There'll always be the awareness of that, oh, what's it all about, Alfie? And it can't just be this. And it's not just this. It's more than this. And everybody, as Joseph Campbell says, can realize their bliss. I have a great admiration for the great metanoia that Malcolm X went through when he visited the sacred shrine in Mecca and did his spiritual practices there. When he came back from that experience, he was a changed man. He knew that violence was not the way to establish peace and justice for all. His life changed. And if somebody like Malcolm could change, all of us can change. All of us can change. But what changed him was his close walk in the divine presence and essence and energy and life and light and love. That's what changed him. That's the only thing that can change you. It's the only thing that can change me. You and I are called to take that deeper, more abiding walk in spirit and keep our energy and our thoughts and our focus 51% of the time at least in the realm of spirit and not in the realm of human mortal mind. And if we do that, our lives will be transported into something unbelievably, awesomely mystical, magical, blissful, and peaceful. This is not just a mere promise. This is a guarantee to you and to me that if I am willing, if you are willing to do our sadhana, to walk the path, the way of divine love, this is the outcome, no doubt or mistake about it. This is the outcome. And what it requires, as well as our study and as well as our activity and so on and so forth, is our faith. Our faith that there is a power, that there is a presence, and not only that there is, but it is right where I am. In me, acting, moving through me as me. It's creation of itself in form. That's what I have to believe. And if I believe with this purity of faith, then all is well. Reminds me of the beautiful story in the Hindu tradition that Ramakrishna and Vivekananda loved about Krishna. And it's the story of a little boy in a village whose mother was widowed, and they were very, very poor. And he had to walk a long way to get to his school every day, and it meant going through a jungle that was scary. And he was so scared, he said to his mama, he said, "Mom, can I have a companion to come with me through the jungle?" And she says, "Son, we cannot afford a companion for you, but just ask your brother Krishna to accompany you, and he will." So the boy did. He invited his brother Krishna to accompany him through this dark jungle. And because he left in the clouds of night to get to his school, and when he came home, it was almost dark. And lo and behold, Brother Krishna showed up and accompanied him to school and accompanied back home again. And so then he went home to his mom one day and he said, "Mom, everybody is bringing a gift to the master whose birthday is tomorrow. We're all expected to bring a gift. Can I bring a gift?" And she said, "Son, I really don't have a gift to give you. We're too poor. But ask your brother Krishna for a gift and he'll give you a gift." Okay, so he asks his brother Krishna for a gift, and Krishna produces him a lovely jug of fresh milk, goes on to the school, and he proudly presents his gift to the master, before the master, with all the other gifts. And as time goes on, nobody's paying any attention to his gift, far less the master. And he starts to moan and groan and bellyache about this, and in the end the master says, "Oh, for pity's sake, pour the milk into a basin and give the jug back to this whimpering child. He'd drive us all crazy." So the servant did that, poured the milk into the basin, gave it back to the boy. But as he was walking back to give it to the boy, he found the jug was full of milk again. And he emptied again. The jug filled up with milk again. He emptied and then went on. And then the master said, "Where did you get this gift?" And he said, "Oh, my brother Krishna gave it to me on the way to school this morning." And everybody laughed and made a fool of him and so on. And he said, "No, he did. Well, the master said, "Well, show us where this brother Krishna meets you." And so he took them all, and they said, "Okay, well, I'm about to start to go home now." And he said, "Brother Krishna, will you come and show yourself to these people?" And nothing happened. He said, "Brother Krishna, please come and show yourself to these people, or they'll make fun of me." And nothing happened. And then he shouted, brother Krishna, please do this for me." And then he heard in a loud voice, "Dear boy, I cannot do that. I cannot show myself to your master until he finds the purity of heart that you have and the childlike faith that you have. Then I can show myself to the master." See? Believe. Only believe. And so it is. Isn't that the message of the Master Teacher Jesus? Only believe, all things are possible. And they will be. And they will show up. So the best thing that you and I can do for this world, for the healing of our world, for the coming together of our world, for the unification of our world, is to believe in something greater than ourselves, that is within ourselves and around ourselves and above ourselves and below ourselves. And not only that, but that same presence is in every person, place, and thing without exception, no matter what the appearances are, no matter whether the appearance seems to be ugly or whether the appearance seems to be beautiful, and all the shades in between, it matters not. That flame of the light force of the being of the one is within every single individual on this planet and in creation and in every aspect of nature too. It is all God. That's the teaching of omnipresence, and omnipresence is the teaching of every religion. And omnipresence means God, the infinite being, the life force, the essence and energy of all life, is in everything and everyone. And if only you and I, like that little boy, could believe that to be true, there is nothing we would have to do to create a unified world except live from the awareness that every moment of my life I'm in the presence of God regardless, and not only when I'm deeply wrapped up in meditation, but in every aspect of my life and living, there is only God. And I acknowledge that in you today. And I assure you of that today, that where you are, exactly as you are, God is. And that is why we namaste each other, which means the light and truth in me greets the light and truth in you. It's a beautiful Hindu expression. And we can all own it. It's universal. And so, my dear ones, what we must be is love in action. That's all. And I don't have to tell you what that looks like for you. You have to discover that for yourself. But it does include our understanding of unity in diversity and inclusion and no separation. There's no separation in the divine. None whatsoever. It's a human construct. So it's up to you and it's up to me to bring about the healing that we so desire by first healing ourselves of all of our erroneous thinking and all of our erroneous feeling and all of our erroneous imaginings, God knows, and coming into the light of simplicity and truth, that God is all there is, and that God is good, and that God is life, and that God is light, and that God is love. And there's no shortage of any of it. It's available to you and to me just exactly as we are. And I will leave you with the reminder, the truth, that you are its point of light through which the infinite, in all of its magnificence and power and presence, radiates if you and I will just allow ourselves to be the outlet to the inlet of that amazing grace. Because yours is the power, as is mine, to open up that portal and let that magnificence flow through as the blessing the world needs right now, as the blessing you and I need right now, so that we can bathe ourselves in the healing waters of life and the essence of spirit. What better medicine is there? Did you ever think of yourself as medicine to the world? Well, you are, and so am I. So let's be it. Let's believe. Let's get together and be all right, giving thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel all right. There's no other way except the way of divine love, and you are it. It's key. It's key. So the blessings be in all of us and pour forth through us to all of us and all of creation. For God so loved the world that God gave the world you to be its expression right here and right now, and me too, and so it is, and so indeed it is.